Well, friends, let me readjust this camera. I'm a little bit out of the shot. Get this up just a little bit more. Okay, let's try this again. Well, friends, spring is in the air. This is Tuesday, April whatever, which is my Sunday, which is to say I go back to work tomorrow and I work 4 long 12-hour days. So today's video is going to be just a kind of a simple build. I did get some work done yesterday on the workbench. I've still got to get a couple. I've got to get a 1x8 to fix part of the top, and then I got to get some underlayment, and then I'll be ready to put some laminate topping on. That will be coming hopefully within the next couple of weeks. I don't know. Time just seems to get away from me, but I digress. Today we are taking, let me get this. We are going to take one of these. This is a whiskey stave off of a whiskey barrel. This one has a little more char than the one that I've already done. But we're going to take this and cut it down and make this. I know it just looks like a piece of wood, but it's a candle holder. It's got 5 recesses for little tea light candles, and it'll sit on our coffee table. And just thought I'd take you along, bring you along for the ride. If you get value out of this, please like and subscribe. According to YouTube analytics, 90% of you folks watching aren't subscribed. It doesn't cost anything, just lets YouTube know we've got content that you liked, and it might recommend it to other people. Okay, a couple things to note here. First of all, I'm cutting, I don't know if you can see these or not, but these are where the hoops were on the, let's see, on the barrel. And I'm cutting just on the outside of the 2 center ones. Another thing to note is barrel staves are not straight. They taper in the middle. So it kind of rocks. I'm going to do my best. Thankfully, I've got a shadow line here. So I'm going to do my best to get this fairly straight, but it may be a little bit crooked. Not a big deal. This is just a simple project. I'm going to get my PPE on and cut this down, and then we'll go to the next step. I'm taking and propping this up a little bit because this is an odd shape. So when I cut that, it's going to want to fall, and it could cause kickback. So trying to be safe about it. And I will be holding it way back here and not up here. Okay, that's one cut done. The funny thing is, even as old as this is, it still smells like whiskey. It smells really good. And look at that finish on that from just the cut. That's just smooth as glass. This is a CMT blade. These are, I got this at Menards, but they're a very good blade. I don't know who makes them. I mean, CMT obviously, but these things like glass. I mean, just super smooth. And again, smells like whiskey. As you can see, this is about, like I said, 14 14 3/4, I guess. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hit this with a sander and kind of clean it up just a little bit because it's really hard to see. Okay, so I wasn't trying to get it to clean wood. I want this to have all these marks on there. This is dark from the chemical reaction between the metal and the oak tannins, and so I want that. I want it to look like this. I may put just a slight profile on this just to break the edges. I've got a chamfer bit I may put on, may just hit it with, just because any right angles is prone to chipping or whatever, and this is very dense. So again, we was going 7 3/8, I believe, is what I figured. 1 2 3/8. That's going to be our center. Okay, and these are 1 inch. What did I say this was? 1 inch. And these are CMT bits as well, same brand. I got these from Menards as well. 1 3/4 inches. So I've got my lines started here. So I went to the middle and centered the first one, and then I put a gap of a 1/2 inch in between each one. And they're 1 3/4 inches. So half of 1 3/4 is 7/8. So I'm going to lay out these, and we will find the center this way of each one of them, because each one's going to be slightly different. So this is 2 3/4. So 1/2 of 2 is 1, 1/2 of 3/4 is 3/8. So 1 2 3/8. That's the center of that one. So that's where I'm going to drill these. Now I got to figure out how I'm going to do that. I've got a table that I bought for my drill press. Oh gosh, it's probably been, I don't know, several months ago, and I just haven't ever put it on. So I may go ahead and see about putting that on before I start drilling these. So let me figure out what I'm going to do, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I've got the table mounted on my drill press. I'm about to get some shorter bolts. These that came with it are way too long for this particular table, so I can only turn it that far because the bolt comes down. But it'll still help with holding this. If you guys don't know about Grizzly tools, you're really missing out. I know a lot of the guys I work with aren't fans of their stuff, but I've got a lot of Grizzly tools. This is a Shot Fox brand drill press. It's a radial, so I can loosen this up and show you. Got to remember how to do this. This will swing in and out. So I can go up to, I think it's 32 inch is what it says. And then this will also pivot the head wheel and the table wheel too, so I can do compound. But the cool thing, if you're in the Springfield, Missouri, or I think their other thing is in Bellingham, Washington, they have scratch and dent in their warehouses or showrooms. And I got this drill press, I think it was regularly like $1,200. I got it for like $400. This table, I don't know what it was originally, but I think I gave like 10 or 12 bucks for it, something like that. It was under 20. So I'm going to go ahead and I've got a plug cutter in here. Let me get my Forstner bit. Now, if you haven't seen these kind of plug cutters, where's my camera at? These are awesome. They're kind of, they cut a tapered plug. If I find one, I'll show you. Well, they're just slightly tapered. You really can't tell, but they make a huge difference when you're, because of the other kind, these barrel kind, and I know I'm getting off the subject, these, they'll work. You can cut a plug, but they're always undersized and they burn really bad. These don't burn. I got these from my friend Jeff, who's got an online business that you all know about. And I say friend loosely. He gets a lot of my money, but anyway, I digress. Let me find my, there's my Forstner bit. Let's go ahead and get this mounted in here and we'll get started. I apologize for the noise. I've got a neighbor that I think he's got radar that tells him every time I'm filming, as he starts his lawnmower every time. Quick tip for you. Let me put this up here. I've got a rare earth magnet that I got from work. But that's where I keep my chuck key. I need to just get a keyless chuck, but there's nothing wrong with this one, so I'm happy with it. See if I can get this to focus here. All right, so I'm gonna have to set my table height a little bit. All right, that's, well, I can go up a little bit more. And then I need to lock this table in place where it doesn't spin. I want to get this to where it's going to be right where I need it to be. All right, that's good right there. So I'm going to lock my table in. And lock that in. And then I'm going to take and lock this, although I should be able to hold it okay. Make sure I'm right where I want to be. Alright, so I'm going to go the depth of this cup and we'll see how it goes. Well, friends, I got the holes drilled. This stuff is hard. I was going to put a chamfer on these circles, but I don't think I'm going to be able to because the bearing on my chamfer bit is deeper than the hole. So I'm not going to, I'd only be able to get like the edges of these, the back edges. I could get this one, but it wouldn't look right. So I am going to put a light chamfer on this just to break the edges, and I may even do it on the bottom, although I don't know because I don't know if you can see that or not. There's a crack right there. I'm afraid my bit will catch that and rip it off. And I guess I could go this way. I don't know. So I'm gonna sand the pencil lines off and see about putting a profile on this on the outside. I'll probably just take sandpaper or something and break these edges on the circles just to make it look a little more uniform. I'll see what I can figure out. I guess I could probably just take a card scraper and scrape off the burrs that's on the edge, but sanding will probably do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video here, get this sanded and get the profile on, and then we'll see. I'll show you what I'm gonna do for the finish. All right, so as you saw, I took a I went ahead and I put a chamfer on it. So I've done these just with a cabinet scraper. Also went around with the round end of this, just to break the edges. It's a little rough, but that's the way it's meant to be. I'm not going to get it perfect. So for finish, I'm just going to oil it. I'm not even going to put the hard wax on it because I don't think it's necessary, and I don't think that it'll really make this pop anymore. So I'm going to use some. This will make it a little bit darker. It's just tung oil. I debated on that or boiled linseed oil, but I'm going to go with this if I can get it opened. Get my pliers here. This stuff sets up pretty hard when it cures, and it will darken it a little bit, but that's okay. Like I said, I didn't do much for sanding. I really want it to look, I want it to have the look of the way it was when it was being used as a barrel, a whiskey barrel. So, and I keep saying it, and I can't overstate. The smell's not for some people, but it smells like bourbon. When I was drilling this, it smelled like I had poured a glass of bourbon. I like the smell. I'm not really a bourbon drinker per se. I prefer my Irish whiskey, my Jameson, or something from over there. It just, to me, it's a lot smoother. I'm sure there's people that will tell me I'm full of it or crazy or whatever, but it's just my preference. But anyway, I do like the smell of it. Just, I'm not people will probably roast me for saying this too, but I was raised in Middle Tennessee, not, I don't know, 50, 75 miles from Jack Daniels, which, fun fact, Jack Daniels Distillery, you can go and tour it like we did Jameson in Ireland, but you will not taste one drop of whiskey because Lynchburg, Tennessee is in a dry county. But anyway, it wouldn't hurt my feelings anyway, because I do not like Jack Daniels. I never have. It's just not for me. Now the Jack Daniels cinnamon, that's a whole different bag of badgers. It's pretty good stuff, but it's just because it masks the other flavors. All right, so I'm gonna let this sit for a minute, and then I'm gonna wipe it off. I'm gonna lay this out flat so it doesn't cause me any trouble in the future. Put this lid back on here. Like I said, I don't want a real heavy finish on this. I just want it to be somewhat protected. Not that it needs protection, because it's going to sit on a coffee table. But there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. This is really a cool project. I wish I had some more of these staves. I'm going to see if I can find some more, because I really like the look of this. And there's a lot of other things I want to do with them. Like I said, the offcuts, these are almost flat, but I'm going to probably cut these up and make pins out of some of this. And I don't know, see what else I can come up with. If any of y'all know any place where I can get these, let me know. Again, according to YouTube analytics, only about 10% of the people watching are subscribed. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs so we can get monetized. although we got to have 1,000 subs and so many hours of watch time. But watch time will come, but I need the 1,000 subs. So if you're not subscribed and you got value out of this, hit the like button, and while you're down there, hit the subscribe button. Doesn't cost anything, just lets YouTube know that you enjoyed what you've seen, and anytime we upload, it'll let you know. You don't have to do anything else. We're at like 671 the last I looked, so we're getting closer, but it just seems like it keeps getting further away too. So please do me a solid, hit the like and subscribe button. We will see you on the next video.